how are you doing? I'm Amy and I am the owner of the Mooeys Brand. Now, how cool is this wall, by the way? This flower wall. I love it. This is my first project in lockdown. You know when we all done like garden projects or house projects? This was my first project. It's actually wire storage squares and I weaved artificial flowers in them. So behind that is a whole load of storage squares. I loved it, but I put it in our training centre in Hazelmere and that salon is having like a full refit. So they don't need it anymore and I don't use it as a training centre. So I bought it home and I love it. Anyway, I didn't come on here to talk to you about my flower wall. I came on here to talk to you about nail awareness training. About a month ago, I put this training out there to you guys to see if anybody would be interested in it. If you feel that there is a place for it, if you feel like you need it. The reason I done that is because I created it for my own salons. I wanted a one-stop shop for training, for information about nail conditions, nail problems, and why they're coming up and how we deal with it. I wanted something really client-centric. Now, there's lots of information out there and a lot of it is free. If you dig deep, like nail knowledge is amazing. However, I wanted something that was more client-centric. I wanted my team to know what a condition was, to know what to do about it, to know what advice to give and how to treat it, so that that client feels really secure and safe with all of my therapists. That's why I've created it, because we know that at college you don't learn about this stuff. You don't learn about Greenies or Onycholysis. We know that a lot of nail training, if you're doing a couple of days or even a day nail training, you don't learn this. This is advanced knowledge. It's very rare that it's included in stuff. Now, there's a couple of e-file companies that are doing brilliantly and are starting to include like a lot of the anatomy and physiology of nails and a lot of like conditions and what can go wrong. However, we are seeing an influx of Greenies and Onycholysis. And I feel like there's a massive blame culture where everyone blames the therapist or they blame the product or they blame something, hygiene or whatever it may be. And I've always felt like there's this void in the middle where is it blame or is it that we are using products that are so much more advanced to what we've ever used before? So I started with the evolution of nail products. You know, like going from when I used to use shellac and we used to get 7 to 10 days and that was good enough. We're now using products where clients are trying to push it for 4 weeks. And this product is good enough to last 4 weeks. But that's going to come with complications, right? And in our salons, I've got 6 salons in my group and another one opening. In the last year, we done 23,500 gel nail appointments. That's massive, isn't it? 23,500. That's gel polish or gel manicures, gel pedicures, that is gel overlays, that is infills and extensions. That's all. Not standard manicures, pedicures, not all treatments like waxing. 23,500 just gel services. So of course, we're going to see this come up. Of course, we're going to see this more and more. And the more people that are having overlays and infills, the more we're seeing it. The problem is, when these clients or these therapists are seeing these conditions, they are petrified. They don't know what to do about it. They're scared. That client then becomes really uneasy, scared, worried, all that sort of stuff. The advice isn't necessarily going out, so they're speaking to a manager if this comes up, which then causes another problem in itself. But by that time, this client is irate because they're scared and they're worried. So then it comes to me. Now, the problem is, I was like, why am I getting an influx of Greenies and Onycholysis? What's happening? Is it hygiene? You know, is it because I use gel bottle? Is it because of all these products? What is it? So I spent like 6 months really researching, really digging deep into what the problem is. And I feel like it's education. I really feel like there's a massive void in education. People are scared, so they avoid it. People will blame, so they blame somebody else. Like, is it? Do we need to be in that situation where we're just blaming each other? We've got insurance companies that don't want to take the responsibility. We've got nail manufacturers or brands that don't want to take the responsibility. And then there's us, like salon owners, salon managers, beauty therapists, nail techs, nail therapists, whatever we are, doing nails, doing these treatments on these clients. And the people that are suffering are the clients and the professionals, right? Because the knowledge isn't there. So I thought, we've got like 60 people that work in our company, probably more now, 60 therapists. Where do we go? Where do I go when I want my team educated on this? And I couldn't find it. Without piecing together like a bit of here and a blog from that and an article from the States. And I was like, there's something missing here. So I couldn't find it. And I know it's there, but it's very science-led. I want something that is client-led, that is therapist or professional-led. I want something that people understand. Like, I don't think, personally, a nail tech or therapist, whatever we're going to call ourselves, I don't think we need to know about the molecule makeup of an acrylate. We need to know what causes greenies. We need to know why they happen. We need to know what we can do to prevent it. And it's not just hygiene, it's lots of different things. It's not just product based. You know, you've got lots of people that say, oh, you've been in the industry 20 years, I've never had a problem. Well, products have changed, everything's evolved. And I feel like this training hasn't kept up. This information hasn't kept up with the products that we're now using. And that anybody can go and buy these products, the builder gels, things like that. I guarantee you, anybody that's done an MVQ has hardly covered anything about builder gel, if anything at all. Same as waxing, right? There's people in the industry that say, I've been waxing 20, 30 years, never had a graze or a burn or, you know, skinning, never had any of that. Well, you probably wouldn't, because people haven't used retinol for the last God knows how many years, newish, you know, and if they did use retinol, it was a more specific product. Now it's in everything. Wax has got better. Everyone wants better results, but the training hasn't always kept up. So this is why I've created the nail awareness training. And this is why I have done it for my own salons. But I am really passionate about this, if you haven't already gathered. And I actually think that this training needs to be available to other nail professionals. So I was going to keep it in the Mooeys fold. It's now available. So if you follow the link, you will get access to our training. It's not expensive, it's $96.99. It's about an hour and a half, and it will give you all of the information you need to feel comfortable in dealing with all of these situations, so that you feel comfortable, you can give the best advice possible. Your clients are then comfortable with you because you're seen as the expert, because you are the expert, because you've got advanced nail training. And that's it, it's that simple. It's not war and peace, it's all of the information that you need to really help your clients if they have got any complications. It's not a blame culture, it's not avoidance. It is, let's take some accountability, let's learn about this, let's educate ourselves, let's become better, and let's serve our clients better. Because guess what? Even if they do have a problem, they'll come back to you. There's no doubt about it. You can help their nail get back to a normal health, and then look at different products or different treatments or different services that are more suitable for them. It's not about freaking out if something comes up, or panicking or worrying if this client's going to sue you or your company or whatever. This is about taking the best possible care of our clients, taking ownership of this, knowing that we are using products that are far, far superior than they've ever been, and our training isn't. So you have to invest in your own knowledge. You have to take responsibility and accountability, and all of that will bring you nothing but confidence, and you will then become a better professional. I'm really pleased for you if you know all about Onycholysis and Greenies and you've done all your research. If you haven't, and it still worries you a little bit, if it still scares you a little bit, please, please, please do this training, invest in your knowledge. I cannot wait to hear what you think. Cheers.